Something that didn't help with my depression, actually it affected a lot, is that I felt like I wasn't qualified for motherhood. Hi guys, this is Karen Rocket, and I'm a mom, soon to be a mom of 2, and I'm pregnant with baby boy who's gonna be born this year, September. So very soon. The reason I want to make this video is because my experience with my first baby was very intense. So my postpartum depression started when, actually, let me tell you a little bit about my pregnancy. My pregnancy was amazing. I didn't have any pregnancy symptoms. I had the minimum pregnancy symptoms. It was very happy for me, my pregnancy. I remember saying it like I could be pregnant again at any moment in my life. I love being pregnant. I just don't want to have the kid. And the moment that I was at the hospital, that's when things started getting a little bit uncomfortable. My delivery, fast, easy, amazing, painless, because I got an epidural. But the moment that my postpartum depression started is at this exact moment, which is so crazy to me, because I have never suffered from anxiety, I have never suffered from depression, I have never taken medication for something that's like some mental problems or anything like that. So this was extremely new to me. The moment the doctor pulled the baby out of my body, the nurse said, "Look up so you can see the baby," because I'm laying down, legs open. Doctor pulls out the baby, lift the baby, and the nurse says, "Look up, look at your baby." And my body just went, no, I did not want to look at the baby. I have no idea where this feeling came from. No clue, because I was so happy, I was so excited. Like, imagine waiting 9 months to meet this creature that you are creating inside you, and all of a sudden you're like, no, I don't want you. So I did that, and then I started crying. Yeah, something like that. So I started crying, and they put the baby on top of me, and right there in the room there was my mother-in-law, my soon-to-be husband, my fiance Holmes, and my sister Lily, the 2 nurses and the doctor. So all of this moment, everything's happening so fast, right? They pull up the baby, I said no, they put it on top of me, I started crying, and then everyone's taking their phones, taking videos, making FaceTime, taking pictures. Holmes is like next to me, he cannot believe it. And it's just so overwhelming. On top of that, I have the doctor in front of me who I could not stop staring because I was traumatized by what he was doing. He was sewing my vagina. Literally, I could see the needle and I could see the thread, and it was just like, and he was going so far up and so far down that I was like, bro, this is gonna hurt like freaking hell. Where am I? Like, where is this nightmare I'm living in? And everyone's so happy around you, and you're just like, someone take this baby away from me and take me back to my beautiful days of being happy. And you don't really have time to feel much. So that's when my postpartum depression started. One thing that you should know if you're a first-time mom is that everything becomes about the baby before and after the baby is born. Every single thing they ask you is, how's the baby? They never ask you like, hey, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Are you traumatized by the experience that you just deliver a human being out of your vagina? We just expect women to be okay with giving birth. Not physically, but with the fact of giving birth, the mental fact, like, okay, I just give birth, you should be happy, this is the best moment of your life. Oh no, it's not. You just ruined my whole pregnancy mentality that I had, which was super freaking naive. Homegirl did not know what she was getting herself into. I blame society for a lot of it, but I blame myself as well for not educating myself in what I was about to experience. This is why I blame society in this. All the people that I talked to about pregnancy and like giving birth and all that, oh, your mom instincts are gonna kick in as soon as that baby is born. You're gonna feel like you never seen something or experienced something like it. It's so beautiful. You are just gonna feel so loved by this baby. Bitch, what? So they're asking you to breastfeed the baby, and the baby is breastfeeding, and because I'm so freaking dumb and naive, I didn't take any breastfeeding classes before this. I didn't read anything about breastfeeding at all. I have a friend who, God bless her heart, because I know she didn't do it with the wrong intentions, but she said, oh, you'll get it. As soon as the baby's born, you'll get it. You'll get how to breastfeed. No. If someone has to tell you right now and you're pregnant, sign up for breastfeeding class. Read about breastfeeding if you're planning to breastfeed. If you're not planning to breastfeed, which they'll make you feel very bad at the hospital, then don't worry about it. And honestly, if you are not planning to breastfeed, that's it. Don't let anyone change your mind. If they're trying to change your mind, just be like, please respect my decision of not breastfeeding. I always say to people, when you get out of the surgery, the first thing the doctor tells you is rest. But as soon as you deliver a baby, the first thing they tell you is breastfeed your baby. Take care of this child. No matter how much pain or how much rest you need, you are not going to sleep. So not sleeping on top of all of these things drives you insane. When I met my Niners, my angel, she said, this is how we torture terrorists. We don't let them sleep. Bro, what have I done to the world to deserve this? I'm a good person. My recovery was very intense because I had a lot of problems, things that nobody really tells you. For example, hemorrhoids. Hi, welcome to this world. How are you? They're gonna ruin your life. And hemorrhoids, thyroid problems, feeling pain in your vagina for a long time, for like 2 weeks. Then the breast is just insane how much they hurt. I told my sister she's pregnant too, and I told her you need to educate yourself on breastfeeding because it feels, the pain is so intense. And she said, like, what does it feel like? I'm like, it feels like someone has a blade on their hand and they're cutting your nipple every time they're trying to, every time the baby trying to suck. It seriously feels like the baby has blades on the gums and they're just like cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting. And I remember crying because the pain was so intense. Something that didn't help with my depression, actually it affected a lot, is that I felt like I wasn't qualified for motherhood. And I'm 100% right. I was not qualified to be a mother. My mind was like, why did God make me a mom? The moment we decided to get the Niners was this. I was crying on the bathroom floor, my head against the floor, and I was just like, what have I done? My life was so amazing before this. What have I done? Why, God? Why? And I was thinking, if this is a nightmare, please wake me up. Please wake me up. Please let this be a nightmare. And then Holmes walks into the bathroom. Holmes is my fiance. He walks into the bathroom and he's just like, what is wrong? He sat on the toilet, so I just sat on his lap, and he's like, I'm gonna get you help, like we are gonna go through this. And for me, there was no light at the end of the tunnel. There was like no chance, there was no hope, there was no fate. It was just dark, you guys. It was a dark moment, sad moment in my life, so sad. And you have this person who really loves you and tries to help you, and he's like, we're gonna get help, we're gonna get this, and you're gonna be fine, and we're gonna get through this. I just didn't see it. I was just like, please take me back. Because for me, it was like someone murdered myself, someone murdered me and gave me a new life. And I just came back into this new life, and this new life sucks big time. My light at the end of the tunnel was when we met our angel, Kathy, night nurse. When I met her, I was in limbo. I was just sitting there like listening to what she has to say, listening to Holmes talking to her and asking her questions. And it was just like, yeah, take this baby, please. Take this baby and kill me now. So the first night was amazing. If you never had a night nurse or a doula and you're thinking about getting one, believe me, it's gonna change your life forever. It's gonna make your life easier. As a mom, you deserve it. I swear to you, you deserve it. It's worth the money. It's worth every cent. So this is how it works. Me, for my situation, because I was breastfeeding, I will breastfeed the baby, right? So I go to bed. She stays up with the baby. Then she wakes me up 2 hours after, because that's how often you have to feed the baby. And I feed the baby. 15 minutes on one boob, 15 minutes on the other one. Here you go. Here's the baby again. I'm gonna go sleep for another 2 hours. And that's the whole thing. She leaves in the morning, and we do this again at night. That for me was so helpful, because every 2 hours, remember, every 2 hours max, you have to feed the baby. So when you're breastfeeding your baby, that's counting the 2 hours. It doesn't start once you stop breastfeeding. No, it counts at 2 hours. So then you have to put the baby to sleep if the baby wants to fall asleep. So if you're there feeding the baby 30 minutes at least, right? So that gives you an hour and a half to sleep. And on top of that, you have to put the baby to sleep. And the baby takes, what, if you're lucky, between 10 and 30 minutes. So that's just 1 hour of sleep, and you have to wake up and do this again. So you see how hard it is. Another light at the end of the tunnel was that I didn't want to see anyone. And I don't know if people with depression suffers from this, that they just want to be left alone by themselves and suffer in silence. But for me, it was like that. For me, I didn't want to see anyone. People were like, hi, can we come visit you? Just let us know when it's a good time. I'm like, at my funeral, thank you. I didn't want to see no one. No one. Jesus could have knocked on my door and I will have not opened. Then one night, all of our friends, they were like, that's it. We're going this day at this time. What do you want to eat? They all came, and you guys, I swear I did not know how much I needed to laugh. The moment they walked in the door, like they started joking and we were eating and like they were excited about the baby. And the first time in 2 weeks, I smiled, I laughed. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, I forgot that feeling. When I was going through that, I felt like I didn't deserve to be helped for some reason. But you got to let people come into your life and help you. Hi, Mama. So, hi. When our night nurse first walked into our life and she saw our routine, she immediately made a change. What we were doing, not knowing, is that we had Beckham sleeping with us in our bed in a duck attach, right? Do you remember that? And she said to us, no, we're not doing that. That ends right now. The baby's gonna sleep in the baby's room, in her crib, and you guys are gonna sleep here in your room. The baby's gonna sleep better because babies can smell milk, and she can smell it from this far. If the baby's in another room, it won't be as easy for her to smell your milk and wake up in the middle of the night just excited. So we did that, and it was the best decision we could ever make in our life. You gotta get out of your house every day to do an activity with the baby. Make sure to take the baby because you need to adjust to this new life of motherhood. Go to the library, go to the park, and I was terrified to go anywhere with a baby just by myself. Like, what? No, I need home. I need someone to come with me because what happens if the baby cries and starts crying? I cannot stop her. And she goes, that's fine. You pick up your stuff and you come back home. Start going to mommy and me classes. And so we did. Mommy and me classes, you go with your baby. And then there's this other moms that are there with their babies. And we started going in this particular class. The new moms go in Newport Beach. It's a must. Shout out to them. They start going around and you say your name and your experience at delivery. Oh man, I think like out of 10 moms that were there, only 2 didn't cry. All of us, we were just crying. Or to ask me back then, how much did you actually love your baby? You don't want me to talk about that? No. No, don't talk about that, okay? Okay. I love you a lot now. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just back. Beckham, it's just back then I was going through something. I was going through something very intense. If you would have asked me how much did you love Beckham, I love her like back then. First year I think I loved Beckham out of 10, like 6 or 7. Right now, as an almost 2-year-old, I love her a 10. She's my baby girl. Probably like after a year, I felt like I finally was loving my baby 10 out of 10. It actually, I know when it happened. It happened when quarantine started. Oh my god, guys. I was spending so much time with her because there was no daycares anymore. People couldn't come to your house. And I started spending so much time with her that it grew so much love between me and her. That's when I fully developed the love for my child. Like 10 out of 10. I still just stare at her and just think, God, you are so perfect. I found out I was pregnant. It was another death. I felt like I was betraying myself. First time in my life, I started going to therapy. And it's been very good for me. And I wish I would have done it way before. I wish I would have done it when I gave birth to Beckham. Like, I wish I had someone to talk about this. Who actually, my therapist went through the same experience of postpartum depression. If you don't have a therapist, get one. If you can get a therapist, go to therapy, girl, because it's good. It's good to be listened to. It's good not to know that you're just going through this by yourself. And it's also good to be reassured that, hey, you're not crazy. These feelings, these dark feelings that you're feeling, they're normal. As crazy as it sounds, they are normal. I want to finish this video with the things I'm doing different this time. First of all, if my pain is so intense, I will not just take Tylenol, what they try to give me at the freaking hospital. Was it Tylenol or something for the pain? Some bullshit for the pain. I will definitely be keeping my therapist after giving birth, not just during pregnancy. I will keep her as much as I need to. At this time, I'm going to ask for help. If you're my friend and you're watching this, don't dare to tell me that you're gonna be there for me, or that you're gonna help me, or if I need something to call you, because I will. This time I will call you. As soon as I get out of the hospital this time, I will have my team at home. I will have someone to take care of my little beast. If there's any volunteers, please let me know. I will have someone to help me with the new baby, and I will have someone to help me with the house, because things around the house, they get bad. You don't clean, you don't sleep, you don't take a shower, and you don't eat. So you definitely need someone there. Ladies, if you're going through postpartum depression, if you feel like you will have postpartum depression, seek help. Don't be ashamed. I know I was very ashamed. Get the help, girl. I will not judge you. I promise. Ta-da! We are done!